Thank you, Susan.
And that to her.
So we're just overjoyed to be here today. And this is my first time ever giving a sermon. I'm not a reverend or a pastor by any means of the word. I've been on stage many times giving different presentations. So bear with me if we go a little bit over today, because we want to also give you a chance to do a meditation. So at the end of the message, we will be doing a two-part meditation to music. This morning we're going to be talking about understanding, which is the theme for this month of July, and shifting paradigms. So like they suggest, I'm going to step out and be brave and start with a joke.
It's already funny. It's already.
So, what did the chicken say to his feminine spirit guide?
What did the chicken say to the feminine spirit guide, the male chicken, to be clear?
All right. Oh, Spirit, you're not here to lay it on me again, are you? Okay, I figured that would probably fall flat, so it just laid back. But sometimes we take ourselves so seriously that we forget to have fun, even if it seems a little bit silly. So I will start again with a quote that I found just Saturday. Life can only be understood backwards, but it must be lived forward. Okay, so on a more serious note now, each of us is on our own quest for truth and spiritual understanding. How we get there can take an unlimited number of paths. We've all come to this spiritual setting for that purpose, and because we found this community to be of similar ideas. So it's comfortable. So today I invite you to open up to maybe some different ideas. Divine guidance can come in unlimited ways if we remain open and aware. If our minds are too full, then there's no room for growth and new understanding. So this morning we'll be taking you on a musical journey, and I'll be speaking briefly on some different ideas or paradigms between each song, and then we'll have our two-part meditation. Paradigms are sets of ideas that form perceptions of aspects of life. So the first paradigm that I'll be speaking about briefly is changing our understanding at any time in life. In order to have understanding, we have to have consciousness and awareness and learning knowledge, so we can live our lives purposely and wisely and serve the highest good. Understanding is influenced by many things: culture, family, environment, life events, exposure to ideas, maybe even past lives, and divine guidance. Our thinking is influenced by our understanding. And understanding can also be influenced by thinking. It's kind of the chicken or the egg. Can we allow change even in the later stages of life? Well, neurosurgeon and scientist Dr. Evan Alexander's understanding was changed by his near-death experience and further research. Prior to his experience, he thought that consciousness originated in the brain. So afterward, he kind of concluded that the brain acts more like a conduit for consciousness. I invite you to read his books, Proof of Heaven and Living in a Mindful Universe, if you're interested in any more of his works. They're fascinating. So how about the paradigm of science versus spirituality? Both seek to explain existence. Thoughts are centered on how and why. Our concept of God is influenced by both of these. The traditional humanistic male persona in the sky versus an all-loving, both male and female gender omnipresence that allows all. In order for that to be possible, God, creator source, has to be in and is everything, even the things that we consider bad. That might be a difficult concept to accept, because that brings up judgment, and judgment is different from discernment. Judgment, which is based in fear, often gets confused in religious dogma. It's an egotistical feeling of, I'm better than you, or this is better than that. Discernment is based on an understanding of ethics and morality through our higher self. We know that we know what we know with our whole heart and soul wisdom. If we can embrace the idea that all beings, souls, or actions are part of the greater all, then seeing those as examples of what we desire to be or not to be, that is true discernment. Then, by tapping into our higher awareness, we can decide if assisting with whatever's going on fits with our purpose. Can we embrace the idea that in every situation we are blessed? Think about that as we sing this song, Awake.
Away. Live away. You can go down, walk among the truly dying, go down and see their hopeless eyes. Know then
serving God, that's my next paradigm. The more that we learn about our understanding, the more we learn, the more our understanding grows and elevates our mind to higher states, while maintaining an awareness of our surroundings. In Native American tradition, the hawk symbolizes messenger. Encounter with a hawk might be sending you a message to heighten your understanding through awareness. Our passions and dreams, or what sets you on fire, might be a message from Creator as to your life's purpose. A traditional idea of serving God has it that the only way to do that is to enter the ministry in some form. But knowing that each one of us has different interests, abilities, and aspirations can serve as a support for the idea that each person can serve God by living their specific dreams and doing what they enjoy. Taking service to God out into our everyday lives by what we do, what we say, and what we think, thereby making the world a better place. Let's listen now how Hawk inspires in this next song, Wishes. speak about this morning is manifestation by our thinking. As we expand our awareness and gain a knowledge of ideas, we can begin to see other possibilities. The field of all possibility exists for and in everything that exists. Deepak Chopra, in his book, Creating Affluence, Wealth Consciousness in the Field of All Possibilities, says, according to quantum theorists, field theorists, all material things are made up of atoms. Well, we know that, that's basic science, which are made up of subatomic particles, which are fluctuations of energy and information in a huge void of energy and information, and having frequencies. In Pim van Lommel's well-researched book, another neuroscientist, a surgeon, who began doing research on consciousness beyond life after his patients would come back and say things that they had been out of their body and had other experiences on the other side. Consciousness beyond life. A basic conclusion is that consciousness is energy, and so is thought. Energy influences energy. So by thinking, we influence all possibilities in the field. Okay, before I go too far and get too deep, let's do another song.
Saying this is keeping us from getting too deep.
Ascension is
Ascension. Sometimes the rings on the tips. Okay.
Ascend, ascend, rise slowly to the calling of your soul. Ascend, ascend, no longer in pieces but whole. Ascend, ascend to the fire in your heart as it burns away the cloud of doubt, the tears. Ascend, ascend, as the peace arrives and eases the pain of all your fears. There is fire when you dream, there's light in your eyes, there's wonder as the clouds drift away. Yes, there is fire when you dream, the light will rise, time stops to admire a new day. Ascend, ascend, rise into the future yet to be. Ascend, ascend, no longer in chains but free. Ascend, ascend to the hope within your soul as it lets go of the worries of the day. Ascend, ascend, as the joy arrives and the grace of the Spirit holds sway. What can you be if you rise to the dream within your heart? What can you be if you rise to the level of the stars? What can you do if you leave behind the old and grab the prize? What can you do if you rise to the gleam within your eyes? There is fire when you dream, there's light when you arise, there's wonder as the clouds drift away. Yes, there is fire when you dream, the light when you
have more than one purpose. And I believe that we're happiest when we are following our dreams and passions and living our life's purpose. I think our lives have at least a twofold purpose. One, to learn by experiencing existence in a physical form. And two, to live life utilizing our individual talents, personality, abilities, and dreams to support the higher purpose of serving the bigger picture. All of us are teachers. All of us are learners. And all of us are servers. We may not even be conscious of how it happens or what the influence may be to another being. This next song, To Dance, talks about the joy that we can have through allowing ourselves to live through our passions and our dreams.
I want to make sure I remember Jody, because that was the dancer I wrote that for. And she is truly dancing on another plane now.
Making the world a better place with our individuality serves God, the bigger picture. Since we are aware of collective consciousness, we understand that we can hold the space to assist the transitions that are occurring in our world by holding that higher consciousness. We recognize that we are here to help create a new earth, as Eckhart Tolle explains in his book. Our inner space creates our outer space. So we have a responsibility to clean up our inner space and be aware that the most seemingly insignificant may not be insignificant at all. We all can be the children of the dawn that this next song speaks about.
First words are about birds. You'll see birds everywhere here. It's because they are the freest form of being, I find. Perhaps those that fly in the ocean are pretty free, but birds have always inspired me. So, there you go. Nights of birds are rising forth the dawn, flitting through the morning light. Joyously they take morning wing, and rapturous singing flight. They rise on the beloved breath of the morn, before the sun
our two-part meditation. So the last paradigm I'd like to speak about this morning is awareness by learning from unusual sources. Can we open our awareness to the possibility that things, other people, beings in etheric forms, numbers, or even animals can be a messenger from Creator that causes us to look within and see and come to another understanding? As Sylvia Brown points out in her book, If You Could See What I See, learning without understanding really kind of falls flat. It doesn't really go anywhere. She suggests that we plan our life chart before we're even born into a life. Now that raises some interesting questions. What if we planned our life in order to learn certain aspects of life? And what if we have more than one life in which to learn all that we need to learn? In the Native American medicine cards, Raven stands for magic. And we have our friend Raven right here on the stand. He's kind of our totem animal here. Raven has given us many messages over time. And Raven calls us to see and experience more of life's magic. In the Native American medicine cards, Raven also reminds us to hold our connection and remember that connection with our Creator, with the all that is. Raven is the color of the void, the black hole in space that holds all the energy of the creative source. In Native teachings, the color black means many things, but not evil. Black can mean the seeking of answers, the void, or the road of the spiritual or non-physical. The iridescent blue-black of Raven speaks of the magic of darkness and a changeability of form and shape that brings an awakening in the process. In this final song, listen for the message that was given to Susan from Raven, and then we'll do our meditation.
Well, the raven stood at the end of my bed, and I listened closely to what the raven said. And he said, "Child, listen to me, for I have come, such spirit for me." And she said, "Dance on the edge of a rainbow, sing the face of the sky. The wind and rain are at your command. Jump in the clouds and fly. Soar to the top of the highest peak, stand on the lighting star. That you are a child of the great I am. Never doubt who you are." Well, the raven stood at the end of my bed, and I listened closely to what the raven said. And he said, "Child, won't you listen to me? For I have come, set your spirit free." And he said, "Draw the pen cut from lightning's heart, paint with colors unseen. Fire and earth will come to your hand. Let your magic gleam. Fill the bucket with rainbow's light. Stand in the heart of the stone. Let all that is become one with you. The power of the great unknown. The joy of the great unknown. The love of the great unknown." The raven stood at the end of my bed, and I listened closely to what the raven said. And they said, spirit free. Yes, we have come. Set your spirit free. Oh, come, let go. Set your spirit free. And you can fly to the beginning that has no end. Between the drops of the rain, spirit's wisdom will be your heart song, and joy will be your name. Yes, you can fly to the beginning that has no end. Between the drops of the rain, wisdom and power will be your heart song, and joy will be your name. Yes, joy will be your name. Love will be your name. The raven stood at the end of my bed, and I listened closely to what the raven said. And they said, child, listen and see, for we have come to set your spirit free. Yes, we have come to set your spirit free. Oh, come, let go. Set your spirit free.
So we're going to do a two-part meditation. For the first part, which will be done to the flute song, which is another Native American flute and drum and chant, I'd like you to all hold hands and expand your awareness to all in this room. And during that process, as you focus, if you find that your attention is drawn to a particular person's energy, send them whatever thought energy you think that they need for their highest good. Be open to the collective consciousness and the unity of this group and the world. Then there'll be a pause, and as the song, The One, begins, shift your focus inward to the light within. And it would be okay to release your hands at that point and sense your own beingness. And send some messages to yourself or healing energy. Sense whatever is needed for you and connect with that divine source within.
In the soft iridescence of a flower, in the sweet fragrance of a flame, I reach and find my inner power, and I feel God's sweet name. One God in different places, one God with different faces, one Spirit moving in us, one life walks and heals us. Yes, it thunders with the patter of the raindrops, or whispers to my silent listening heart. My soul aches and pulses with the beauty. I open wide if power starts. One God in different places, one God with different faces, one Spirit moving in us, one life warms and heals us. Now I turn and smile into the sunrise, and feel the sunbeat in my mind. The knowledge unfolds of hope and wisdom, joy and peace are what I find. As the rock shout to me the beauty, and the grass wraps around my feet, like a flower grows to reach the sun's love. I stretch out my arms and feel complete. In my room I listen to the candles burn. I hear it in the crackle of the dark. In the silence I hear my heart beat slowly, listening to the voice that brings life's spark. One God in different places, one God with different faces, one Spirit moving in us, one life warms and heals us. One God in different places, one God with different faces, one Spirit moving in us, one life warms and heals us. One life warms and heals us. One life warms and heals us.
Now, as we begin to bring our awareness back into this space and time, we bring in our attention to Creator, Source, of which we are all a part, and we are grateful for the abundance of good in our lives. Not just material things, but experiences and other people. Can we understand that in every situation we are blessed, even if we can't consciously see it at the time?
Thank you. Our hearts are full. Yes. It's time for our love offering, ma'am.
just give you our ringing bowl. I have a Paris bag. I have a ringing bowl. Only it'd be really small.
We had so much set up this morning that we overlooked, but it doesn't matter. The vessel doesn't really matter, does it?
Well,
It's the
that's why we're
flow.
thinking abundance here.
Abundance.
I know.
All right.
And it has cats. And birds. Look at the birds.
So see,
And the cats form a heart.
Yes. So we go. That's beautiful.
together on the screen.
Divine love
flowing through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive.
So as we do the offertory song, feel free to join in on the words, "There is power." Susan will do the first verse so you can kind of hear where that phrase is. And then there are motions as well, so you can feel free to stand up and do the motions or stay seated, either way. But on rise with the wind, glow in the sun's rays, joining minds, seeing in word, joining hands, and these are palms out to the side, connecting with your neighbor. And joining hands, we touch the light. That's that.
It's not horribly hard, I promise. As I dance in my soul, there is power. As it rises with the spirit, there is power. As it sings in the wind, there is power. As it speaks to what there can be, there is power. And we rise with the wind, and we glow in the sun's rays, joining minds, seeing inward, joining hands, we touch the light. As my spirit faces fear, there is power. As it claims its right to joy, there is power. As it lets go of its pain, there is power. As it speaks to what there will be, there is power. And we rise with the wind, and we glow in the sun's rays, joining minds, seeing inward, joining
As we bless these offerings, we gratefully accept the energy, the frequencies, the higher consciousness we've been called to. Thank you, Divine Spirit, for manifesting to us through these creative individuals. Thank you for the hours, the years of caring, loving choices they have made to bring this gift to us in this moment. We know this flow of prosperity will go outwards and beyond us into the world and come back to us in more abundance. Thank you, God. Amen. And are we forming a
Yes,
circle?
we are.
We normally form
So thank you
a
again for having
semicircle.
us.
Thank you.
We're just so happy to be able to celebrate life with you all today. Thank you, Susan Hall, for doing all the nitty-gritty parts of the service.
Just a little bit.
And thank you, Deb, for your wonderful visual displays for our messages and songs. And after the closing song, Susan and I have CDs over there on the counter, and feel free to peruse those. And after, and we are also performing up at the Glade Park Movies on August 10th. And our music will be totally different than what you heard here today. Our movie is Wonder Woman. Come up and have a great time with us. It's going to be a blast. So,
a lot of my inspiration for my songs, I sing a lot of songs about strong goddess women. And I was thinking about it last night. I watched Wonder Woman as a young girl, and Mighty Isis and She-Ra. Those were all heroes of mine, and those have crept into my songs. I have a lot of goddess songs. So you can come, and for once I can let them all off the leash.
I'm sure you'll recognize this song. Yep, let's get together.
Yes, indeed. And David's finally going to show you what we just bought him. Yep. Love is but the song we're singing, feels the way we fly. You can make the mountains ring, or make the angels cry. Know the dove is on the wing, and you may not know why. I said
together, try to love one another right now. Love is but the song we're singing, and this is where we hide. You can make the mountains ring, or make the angels cry. Though the dove is on the wing, and you may not know why. Here we go! Come on, people now, smile on each other, everybody get together, try to love one another right now. I said, oh, come on, people now, smile on each other, everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Right now, right now, right now.
Wow.
Great job, you guys!
Thank you for all for